So let me start things off by just catching you up on how serious things are right now in the Middle East. Israel is just hours away from a ground invasion into Gaza. In fact, by the time you're watching this video, it may already have happened. Israel has already been warned by Iran that if they in fact do engage in a ground invasion of the Gaza Strip, then Hezbollah will now release the full force of its attack on Israel, including all of its rocket and missile capability and the force of its military, specifically in northern Israel. Israel then re-warned Iran that if in fact Hezbollah does this, that Israel will engage directly with Iran in Iran's territory. On top of this, the United States has already brought in 2 aircraft carriers and a large naval fleet into the area. Some of the U.S. outposts have already been attacked, missiles have been shot and eliminated by the United States Navy. China is now bringing in its own naval force into the area, and Russia has been flying their aircraft fairly aggressively in the area just to let everyone know that they're around as well. Anthony Blinken, who's the Secretary of the State of the United States of America, was asked directly, how concerned is the U.S. right now, specifically with Iran in the middle of this situation?
And how concerned are you about Iran trying to escalate this war?
We are concerned. In fact, we expect that there's a likelihood of escalation by Iranian proxies directed against our forces, directed against our personnel. We are taking steps to make sure that we can effectively defend our people and respond decisively if we need to.
So right now, and I'm not going to mince words here, we have a very serious powder keg on our hand. This can absolutely get out of control. If there's anyone out there who thinks, no, this is not going to be a problem, it's just going to go on for another week or two and then they're going to figure everything out, maybe. But there is a very high percentage possibility that is not going to happen. I can tell you this, Israel will engage in a ground invasion of Gaza. That is a fact. It's going to happen. Now, because Iran has issued a statement to Israel that if they do this, they are going to release the full force of Hezbollah on Israel, then that means Hezbollah is going to have to ramp up its activities. I don't know if they're going to bring the full force though, but they're certainly going to start to shoot in more rockets, perhaps some missiles, and have some more military engagement. But in my opinion, I think they're going to still keep it on the border. I don't think they're going to do a full-on invasion, simply because I think Iran would be too scared that Israel will in fact engage directly with Iran in Iran's territory. And although Iran is a powerful country and they do have fairly good military capability, they are not nearly a match for Israel, and this country is having its own issues as well. So I think Iran will push Hezbollah as far as they can without trying to get Israel involved in directly attacking them. As this begins to unfold, it's going to be important to keep our eyes on the big 3: China, Russia, and the United States of America. Will any of these 3 countries do more than just posturing in the area and providing defensive capabilities to themselves or perhaps anyone else on the ground? Or will they become more actively engaged? If in fact Israel and Iran start to engage with each other directly, what will these 3 do? Will this just become a war between Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran? Will other Arab nations get directly involved? And if too many parties get involved in this, what will happen from these 3 big powers? Like I said, this is a powder keg here and anything can happen. I can assure you that those at the highest levels of the American military and defense are very aware that a very serious and much larger situation can outbreak from what's happening right now. It's going to be interesting to see if anyone's going to try to keep the peace in that area. But it does in fact look like Israel is sick and tired of what Hamas is doing. This doesn't look like Israel's going to go back to the same old striking for a week or two and then pulling back because of world pressures. At this point, I think Israel is totally sold out for this. They will not allow Hezbollah in its current form or even a form 1% of its power to remain in the Gaza Strip. Now we need to see how the rest of the world is going to respond. Iran is going to be the first nation to see if they are now going to become an aggressor in this situation. Subscribe to the channel, keep your eyes open. We will continue to give you the most up-to-date information we can, and I will keep giving you the best commentary I can. Something that's fair, something that's looking at the reality of the situation without overhyping it, but also letting you know the possibilities of what can happen and where you should fix your eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll catch you on the next one.